What's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Jacobs Mitsubishi in Newport Richey, Florida, and we have literally the largest available Mitsubishi for sale here in the United States. This is it. This is a 2022 Outlander. This particular one is a special edition. But before we get into this bright red three-row SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Mitsubishi is still in the game of the auto industry. Now, what's fascinating is in other parts of the world, they sell quite a bit of vehicles. Here in the United States, it seems that things have been a little sparse for them when it comes to not only vehicles, but also dealerships to sell those vehicles. The good news is that with SUVs still being popular, Mitsubishi is still working hard to try to bring the best to the business. Now, what's fascinating is that this vehicle, the Outlander, actually shares a heavy connection with the Nissan Rogue. The big difference though is this is a three-row SUV, whereas the Rogue is a two-row SUV. So what I want to find out is, should you go Mitsubishi Outlander? Should you go Nissan Rogue? Or are you better off maybe going Honda CR-V or the new Kia Sportage? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this 2022 Outlander Special Edition and find out. Right off the bat, the color. This is probably my favorite color for this vehicle, very similar to Soul Red from Mazda. Now at the front of the business, they did a great job taking some nice contemporary design elements. You're gonna have your LED turn signals, daytime running lamps, up nice and high, some chrome trim that really flows very nicely into the corner area, and then we have full LED headlights, that separate LED headlights housing separated from the top portion, and we even have LED fog lamps, something that seems to be going away on SUVs, nicely integrated. The great news is nothing fake on the front corner. Now, as we come across that front grille, I think they balanced it nicely with gloss black and flat black. The gloss black is up top with that Mitsubishi badge, the horizontal chrome lines. This portion is fake. So we're gonna give it half as on, because you got half functional, half not functional, but I do think it gives it a nice bold look. We have a forward-facing camera, nice piece of technology, especially when you're parking. And then working your way down, color matched on the bumper, and then the lower area, they did a great job with the silver around the perimeter, and then everything else is wide open. I mean, there's literally a Big Mac that could fly right into one of these spaces. So if you're driving behind Grimace or Ronald McDonald and they're throwing burgers out the window, stay back, because like I said, a Big Mac will go right through this opening. Now, when we get up onto the hood, look at how nicely the hood and everything closes with the front grille area. I like the indentation in the center. And then as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup on our special edition. Check it out. Not 18, not 19, 20-inch wheels. I actually like the design, the machined aluminum. It's got a nice kind of twist motion to it. You got the Mitsubishi badge in the center. And if you're looking at size, 255 on the width, 45 series sidewall. My only complaint and my only zonk, paint this red, please, especially on the special edition. If you're gonna call something special, paint it. But you do have the flat black. The great news is it's not too high, so it is what it is, but I really do like the wheels. Coming down the side, color matched on the mirror caps, LEDs, 360-degree cameras. I wish on this particular one they would have went black chrome on the bottom, but the good news is you just have the shiny bright metal work along the bottom, not up top. Very flat roof design, silver roof rails. You could get your crossbars, obviously, to put your kayak, your mountain bikes, whatever you want to put up there. Color matched on the door handles, and actually pretty clean lines from the front door. I think the thing that does it for me on the front door is how this body line goes down and then across. That kind of gives it a nice little extra style. You'll notice that hockey stick flare out of the trim that extra large glass because we do have that third row sitting back here. Floating roof design, nicely integrated. And then coming around the back, what do we got going on? Nice long low roof spoiler. Because we have such a long low roof spoiler, I am gonna zonk this wiper. This wiper needs to be tucked underneath so it sweeps down that way. That would clean up the whole back, but look, LED brake lights, looking clean the way it flows in nicely. We got our SEL Special Edition badge. That's worth an extra 5 horsepower. And then coming across the back, Outlander, and all the way down. The one thing I wish they would just stop doing, what is this? Is this meant to be a fake vent, a fake exhaust? What is this? Get rid of it. But I don't mind the silver and then the black. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood on our Outlander and see what's powering it. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. Underneath the hood though, what are we talking about? First of all, there's no engine cover. So if you want to know what does a modern day engine look like, this is what it looks like. You got wires, tubes, connections, all that kind of stuff. But what are we looking at? It's a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline four. So we're looking at the same power plant as a Nissan Rogue, 181 horsepower, 181 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a CVT, 0 to 60 in 8.2 seconds, top speed 120 miles per hour. MPGs, 24 in the city, 30 on the highway. The vehicle weighs 3,864 pounds. And the great news is you could get front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with this vehicle. So this is really showcasing the connection between Nissan and Mitsubishi. But why don't we go ahead, let's see what this Outlander looks like in motion. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Special Edition. The Outlander is very interesting, the standard one, because, like I said, it's like a compact, but too big to be a compact. So you say, oh, it's a midsize, but it's too small to be a midsize. So it's kind of like in that gray area. So you could either go Mazda CX-5 or Mazda CX-9, depending if you're looking at this vehicle. Now, it might be worth it to have two vehicles in one, and you might be saying to yourself, well, Joe, I'm kind of digging this Outlander, especially with the Nissan touches. How much is it? So MSRP for the Special Edition being an SEL trim is right at $35,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. I do love the style of the door panel. Soft touch material, you can see that diamond pleated stitching, all the great stitch work. I just don't know why they had to do gloss black around the door handle. And then what is up with the faux carbon fiber? Totally out of place in this vehicle. Definitely going to zonk that. Door pocket though is a pretty good size. 2 7-Eleven hot dogs. You could even put a little bit extra relish and sauerkraut on them. And a bottle of Mountain Dew Code Zero soda. Now going from the door panel to the dash, soft touch. The two-tone is nice. The stitching is great. There's some more of that gloss black, but then you get to the infotainment side of things. This is pure Nissan Rogue. We got the optional 9-inch system, nice and large, full touchscreen capability. I wish they would have made the screen larger and have less dead space. But the great news is you got actual physical knobs and you got your navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I'm gonna throw it into reverse. Super clear on the resolution. They definitely hit that spot on. The 360 is nice as well, looking great, and you got trajectory. So that's really wonderful as well. And then you go right back into park. Now working your way down, start stop button, conveniently located with the AC vents. You got dual climate control, heated seats, 3 stages of them, but no ventilated seats. That to me is a zonk at $35,000. USB-C, USB-A, and a 12-volt and wireless charging. On the side, not only do we have this nice material, but you got a banana holder. So if you're short on potassium, keep your banana in there. And then this is that material I wish they would have used more of. It's only in this one area, this nice silver. How about expand it and put it on the door panels, but you got your electronic shifter for the CVT, and they did a bang-up job on the mode selector knob. Eco, normal, gravel, snow, even hill descent control. 2 cup holders. There's your Mitsubishi key fob. If you notice, it almost looks like an older Nissan key fob. Be careful, this might poke you in the groin if you have this in your pockets. Super soft, Charmin soft on the armrest. Lift it up. We got a piece of paper. This is a special note. It says, to the fans of Rady's Rides, here at Jacobs Mitsubishi, we want you to have the best videos. So thank you to everybody here at Jacobs Mitsubishi. You could basically put, I would say, one of those Jelly Belly holders. Have you ever seen those? They're about yay tall, and you could fill them with your favorite Jelly Belly jelly beans. Maybe you like to eat the grass flavored ones, or boogers. They actually have a flavor for that, if you could believe that. Seats, soft as a baby's butt. Really, really nice on the stitch work. All the way down, full electric assist for the passenger, of course, and for the driver. The only other thing that I'm just like scratching my head is, where's the sunroof? It's sort of like those old Wendy's commercials from the 80s when you had that old lady that was like, where's the beef? Where's the sunroof for 35 G's? But the good news is you got plenty of headroom in here, just no sun. Come on over though, I want to show you behind this leather wrapped steering wheel in our Outlander. Come on over. All right guys, serious face is on, and we are behind the business side of the Outlander. You have 2 memory seat settings, which is good if you're going to let somebody borrow your Outlander. Down below you got your seat controls. Nice to have the lower lumbar. Seats are comfy. I mean, they fit me like a glove, sort of like that one glove, isotoner glove. Do you know who I'm talking about? But anyways, plenty of headroom, like I said. I'm digging the steering wheel. 2 different types of leather. You got the perforated and the smooth. We got the Mitsubishi, almost said it wrong, Mitsubishi badge in the center. I like the way they shaped this to make it look like the front of the vehicle. Everything else is flat black. We got paddles for the simulated gears, and then we do have manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then we got our dash. 7-inch digital display, everything else is analog. What I do like, look at the graphics for the modes. Eco, normal, tarmac, gravel, and snow. And that's your Outlander staring at you in the face. Too bad it's not red like our Outlander. The only thing else we're missing besides cooled seats is a head-up display, which would be really cool. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the mid-row. Yes, there's 3 rows in this vehicle, and see how your passengers are gonna enjoy this Outlander. All right guys, back seat time. And I think you're gonna like the flexibility for your passengers back here, and they're really gonna enjoy it. Now, I really think that the folks at Mitsubishi were thinking about those who love Taco Bell, because if you look at the backs of the seats, you got the leather, and then you have these taco holders. You could put a chalupa here, maybe a regular soft shell taco, and then down here is where you could put a couple of the return of the Mexican pizza. One of my favorite things from Taco Bell back when I was a kid. Little command center, we got AC. You can adjust the temperature, which is great, just not the fan speed back here. And way down below, you got a USB-C and a USB-A. And then when it comes to room, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. Seats do slide, and they also recline just a tad, but you know what? Do we have an armrest here? No armrest. What you have to do is you have to go like this. Ta-da! So it actually, instead of just having an armrest, turns into like a captain's chair setup with your 2 cup holders here. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the cargo area and freaking see how much we could haul in this Outlander. All right, guys. I know you can't believe it. I definitely can't believe that they actually were crazy or brave enough to put a 3rd row in this smaller SUV. But as you can see, if you're 6 feet tall like I am, every other seat is very comfortable except for this one. I even had to move this seat all the way forward. This is what I got for leg room, and my knees are in my mouth, so I'm gonna be eating those on the way home. I didn't put the headrests on, but there are headrests, whoopity-doo-dah. It's not gonna make it any more comfortable back here for me. It really is the perfect pair of seats for if you ever get that phone call from that one person you dated back in high school, and then surprise, surprise, you got 2 extra kids you didn't know about. This is where you're gonna wanna keep those 2 extra kids. But other than that, I don't know what else you could use this for. Maybe have a paper mache doll of yourself back here, or 2 teddy bears. You couldn't even fit like a JCPenney's mall mannequin back here. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into that cargo area, because it's freaking hot sitting all the way back here with no AC vents, and I want to see how much room we have in this Outlander. All right, guys, cargo time. What's nice is on the Special Edition, you have nice electric assist. You open up the back, and you're greeted to well over 20 cubic feet of space. Now, I know you're saying, well, Joe, I thought you said that this is a third row. There is actually a third row that we're gonna show you before we roll out of here on the cargo area. Now, the good news is you got these large nooks where you could put a gallon of milk on both sides. The good news about that is when you go to the grocery store, it won't splash around and then cause a big smelly mess in the back. These are the cup holders for the third row. That's all you get is a square cup holder. So my advice is either Capri Sun or a small juice box. Second of all, how about putting down the seats? Well, we have 12 volt on the passenger side. That's nice for connectivity when you're at the beach or you're at the campsite. And then right above that, we have our handles that we're gonna yank on to have this back seat, or basically mid-row, fold down. So you pull the handle, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That gives you over 75 cubic feet of space. And if you were wondering, well, Joe, where is the third row? Show me the third row. There are your third row seats. Headrests are in the storage area underneath to put on. But you know what? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead. Let's take this Outlander Sport and Special Edition for a little spin. All right, guys, we are in this 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Special Edition. Not only is this the largest Mitsubishi in their lineup, but this is definitely the nicest one. That large 9-inch infotainment system is very easy to get to, just like on the Nissan Rogue. The leather in here is so soft, very supple, and the instrumentation, even though it's not full digital, looks really good with the analog and the 7-inch digital display. And then you got the different modes to go through, which is really nice. All right, guys, on throttle, light green, here we go. So you got simulated gears. It's just not a very engaging driving experience. And a vehicle this size really needs more horsepower. At least 250 horsepower should be in this Outlander. But we're gonna make a quick U-turn. See how the U-turn goes? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. On throttle, here we go. You do get a lot of noise from the CVT and the inline 4, but outside road noise is almost non-existent in here. It's actually very, very quiet, super smooth, and you do have plenty of room, at least for the passengers up front and the mid-row. Third row passengers, they're gonna be hoping that you get to your destination ASAP. But you got your different modes to go in with the system, and you know, like I said, having the ability of having the dual climate, easy to get to, controls, all the connectivity. It's just missing a sunroof, and I would like to see ventilated seats. But we're gonna get back to Jacobs Mitsubishi and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day here at Jacobs Mitsubishi. I definitely want to thank Kevin, Joe, and the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2022 Outlander Special Edition. Let me know what you think. Is this the best new SUV to buy? It's like a compact, right on the cusp of being a midsize, or are you gonna go Sportage, Rogue, CRV, CX-5, CX-9? I don't know which way you're gonna go. Let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rated Rides family. We definitely want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Stephen Flood of Stephen Flood Photography. Follow him on Instagram, or we're gonna come and beat you up. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.